The famed rock singer and former Van Halen frontman Sammy Hagar has made a startling admission about his time with the band. In a candid and unique insight, Hagar reveals that Eddie Van Halen purposefully sabotaged him. This revelation illuminates some of the issues that fans might not have been aware of. The sabotage, according to Hagar, was a combination of covert and overt acts that continuously diminished his contributions to the band. He claimed that these were deliberate actions that had an impact on the band's dynamics as well as the music, rather than just being creative disputes. Hagar clarified, "It wasn't always evident, but there were times when I thought Eddie was purposefully making things more difficult for me." A side of Van Halen that stood in stark contrast to the public persona of harmony and unity is shown by these behind-the-scenes disputes. The band's distinctive sound was mostly shaped by the renowned guitarist Eddie Van Halen, who is renowned for his groundbreaking abilities and charismatic stage presence. But according to Hagar's story, the prodigy also had a temperament that was prone to conflict and rivalry. Hagar revealed that Eddie's decisions occasionally made him feel alone or ostracized, and that these difficulties were particularly noticeable during studio sessions and while on tour. The band's members' emotional health as well as the creative process were both impacted by this sabotage. Hagar highlights that the music created during his time remained potent and influential in spite of these difficulties. Fans enjoyed some of Van Halen's best-known songs, thrilling live performances, and albums that are still relevant decades later. Although the audience only witnessed the band's faultless on-stage performances, Hagar's disclosures serve as a reminder that the band's production was influenced by very genuine conflicts that occurred behind the scenes. Hagar also considered how these events affected him personally, describing how the conflict affected his development as an artist. "It was a roller coaster," he remarked, recognizing the thrills of making records that reached the top of the charts as well as the strain of negotiating a setting where cooperation and trust were continuously put to the test. Despite being difficult, the experience forced Hagar to grow in fortitude and flexibility, traits that have characterized his solo career and sustained success in the music business. This revelation provides a unique window into the human side of rock success, demonstrating that even the most renowned musicians deal with internal conflicts and personal hardships. Strong personalities and conflicting views can occasionally collide in very successful creative contexts, as seen by Hagar's story. The impact of these dynamics on the band's history is now more understood by fans, demonstrating that conflict is rarely absent from the journey to musical brilliance. Hagar's thoughts also stress the value of expertise and perspective. He stayed committed to giving the band's efforts his all, even at tense and sabotaging occasions. His candor sheds light on striking a balance between personal struggles and professional commitment, proving that great music can come from even the most complex and trying situations. Hagar is thankful for the experiences and songs that came from his time with Van Halen as he reflects on this phase of his career. In addition to highlighting the band's inventiveness, brilliance, and inventiveness, he also opens up about the personal hardships that were hidden from fans. The narrative gives Van Halen's past more nuance by showing the band as a bunch of people juggling personal issues and artistic demands, in addition to being a musical force. Hagar's insights provide a unique glimpse into the legend's life for both music historians and fans. They remind us that even in the world of rock stardom, the story behind the music can be as compelling as the music itself. Through perseverance, talent, and resilience, Hagar and his bandmates delivered performances that will be remembered for generations, proving that artistic brilliance often emerges despite, and sometimes because of, the challenges faced along the way.